This is part one of my 2022 4th of July fireworks stash. We have a pretty good stash this year. It's probably the most 500-gram cakes I've ever got. I think there's 7 over there, and a pretty good selection of 200 grams and a bunch of novelties in there, which gotta have those. Those are really fun. So let's get into it. All right, so these are novelties, and well, right in the middle here, in between those two assortments, I got a bunch of novelties. And I guess we'll get into the fountains in a different section. So I'll just start off with the novelties. So let's see, I'll just start from here. I have 3 poopy puppies, which these are pretty cool. It's basically like a black snake, but it comes out right there, so it's a pretty fun novelty item. Then you have these 3-inch happiness fountains, which these are really cool. I think these are a really good value because they're not too expensive. You get 6 in a pack, and at first they look kind of dumb because they just like spark up a little bit, but then they like whistle and then they shoot like a barrage of see, it even says shoots flaming balls right there, like shoots a barrage of like colorful pearls up in the air, and then they fall out of the ground and crackle. So those are really nice. I'll probably do a demo of those soon, and they're really good value. So then you have, these are some of my favorites. I love these flying ground blooms. They're like your normal ground bloom flowers, but they fly up into the air when they're done spinning on the ground. And man, they make the craziest sound. It's awesome. And when you're done, if you do like on a concrete or wood surface, they'll leave like this like spin mark on the ground. It's really cool. By the way, I'm gonna try and do a demo of all this stuff this year. Okay, then I have this is desert smoke. So I'm not sure what this does. It says, okay, so this is heavy white smoke for like 40 seconds. So smoke items are always cool. You can just use them whenever. I have a lot of smoke this year, which I love smoke items. They're really fun. So this is desert smoke for 40 seconds of white smoke. Then you have jumbo crackling balls, and actually I have some of these left over from last year. I probably should have brought them out. I also have some of these left over from last year, an unopened pack actually. But these are like the same thing as ground mines. If you ever seen these, they basically do a huge like ball of crackling, and it's actually pretty loud, but it's really cool. These are also a good value. I think like all this novelty stuff, if you're only going in the store like $50, you'll probably want to pick up a couple of this stuff, just if you're just trying to have fun. Like if you're trying to do a show, I wouldn't do this, but if you're just trying to like have fun, this is definitely some good stuff to buy. Like the happiness fountains, the jumbo crackling balls, ground blooms. And I'd also get even some of this stuff like the Saturn missiles, like those little cakes right there, cover your ears in battle. So yeah, all that stuff's really good value items. And then I have more smoke right here. These are actually heavy. They're called giant smoke balls. Everyone knows what a smoke ball does. These people they've been around for a while. You light them, they do the classic colorful smoke out. I don't know how long these last. The other ones usually don't last more than like 10 seconds, but these ones probably last longer than the other ones, I'd imagine. So you see you get 3 colors in there. I actually have 2 packs of those. So these are really cool. Next up, I have 3 of these mammoth smokes. Like I said, smoke items are awesome. A lot of fun to mess around with during the day. And this one says it lasts for 300 seconds, which that's 5 minutes, I think, which that is a long time. So that would be really cool. And I have 3 of those, so that's 15. Like I said, that's another good value item. I think this is probably only like $2 or something. But yeah, these, whatever the price, I'd say if you can get it under like under $5 would probably be a good price for this, because it lasts for 5 minutes. So that means you're paying under $1 a minute, and like I said, if you're just trying to have fun, this is something you could get and still have a lot of fun with, because 300 seconds of smoke, that's a long time. These things are always really cool to light. And speaking of things that just when you're trying to have fun, these are just throw it. They're also called Monster Pops, Mega Snaps. But I'm sure you've seen these before. They look like little red firecrackers. You throw them on the ground like Pop-Its, and they're a lot louder. And I actually have a demo for these just throw it's or Monster Pops. I have a demo for them on my channel. I can link that video in the description if you want to go check it out to see what these do. These are a lot of fun. Sound like a firecracker, actually. And even more smoke. This is a 2-minute black smoke, which I've never tried this before, but 2-minute black smoke sounds really cool. So I have 2 packs of these, so 4 total. And I'm really excited to try these. This is probably going to be really cool. I'm interested to see if it actually lasts 2 minutes, along with if this one actually lasts 5 minutes. And I'm really interested to see how long the giant smoke balls last. So yeah, we're going to see about this. Well, I'm actually really excited about that. And then, aside from the stuff in the assortments, which I think I'm going to unbox them in a different video, this one doesn't really have that many novelties. It's just like a fountain thing. I like to get these. Like, I understand these aren't the best value, but I like to get these because, you know, they're fun to do, like, before you start lighting this stuff and the big stuff and all that stuff. So, yeah, I like to, whoop, there's my finger. I like to, you know, light this stuff off. It's just fun to mess around with, you know. I just like fireworks. And then I have these things called Mr. Turtle. This is the label. So I'm pretty sure these are just gonna be like tanks. It might last a little bit longer, but it's basically tanks that look like turtles. Which tanks, if you don't know what those do, they just roll around on the ground, make some whistling noises. They're a lot of fun. I might race them. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Put them side to side, light them at the same time. And yeah, so I think that's gonna wrap it up for the novelty section. All right, now we're gonna do the now we're gonna start the fountain section. So, like, obviously I have a lot more fountains in these assortments, but like I said, these are gonna be in a separate video, so we're just gonna do these for now. So right here, I don't know where, I don't want to knock everything down. This is Purple Rain by TNT. I have 4 of these. These are really cool fountains. So yeah, it's just like, it's like kind of a brocade thing with blue pearls. It's really cool. But this is kind of a classic. I think this has been around for a while, so got 4 of those. And then I have a blue and a yellow. I don't know. I think this is like they're different. The top color tells you what color it is, but they might just be the same thing. But these are called mini monsters. They're not that big. Like compared to the Purple Rain, you can see one right next to it. But I've never seen what these do before, so I'll definitely do a demo on this. So we're gonna see what this was a good value. I think I got this for $1, 2 of them for $1, which I was like, I mean, it can't be bad. So then I have, these are good. Another good value thing, like I was talking about, these are Sweets Fountain, which I think this is like around $1, maybe less. But this fountain is a really good fountain for the price. It lasts a pretty good amount of time, and it has some really nice effects. There you can see the effects: red sparkler, golden crackle. But yeah, Sweet Fountain. Make sure you pick it up if you're on a budget and just trying to have fun on the 4th of July or something. That's a really good thing to pick up, Sweet Fountain. Then in the back here, I have 2 of these Little Red Devils. These are another like classic fountain. I think this has been around for a while too. To perform. I've actually never shot this one. Snow Pine and Red Rain. I don't even know. Some of those effects I've never heard of. Snow Pine and Silky. See, usually the pictures aren't real. Like, you'll see a lot of, I don't know if I have an example. A lot of these pictures show like professional fireworks, but this one, that's actually I'm assuming that's probably what it does. So Little Red Devil TNT. I mean, it was pretty cheap, buy one get one, which, I mean, I guess you can't go wrong with it. Which I know they're selling it for, you're really only like the buy one get one free is kind of a cover up, because what they'll do is you're like paying for, and I know even though like the buy one get one frees, you're actually paying for two, so you're not actually getting one free, you're just paying for two. So like I was like, whatever, you know, I just like fireworks, so I don't really care. I have this right here. This is the jumbo purple rain. This thing's actually really big. I can probably get one of these and compare it. So this is what a normal purple rain looks like next to it. So yeah, this is pretty big. But I don't know if that definitely does the same thing. But I'm assuming it just lasts longer. But I'm actually curious to see how long this lasts. I haven't looked up any videos on it yet. I'm assuming it should last, like, for what I paid for this thing better last like 3 minutes, but I'm not counting on it because, you know, it's TNT. They like to upcharge pretty good amount for their fireworks. But like I said, I don't care. I just like fireworks. So, and then this one I'm really excited about. This is probably gonna be like my finale for the fountain section. This is Flash Frenzy by Brothers. This is performance. It's supposed to last, I don't know where it says it. It's supposed to last 3 minutes, which if it actually lasts 3 minutes, this is gonna be a really good fountain. So looks like there's a ton of effects in this, which this was actually pretty cheap too when I looked at it. I think they were selling it for 15 or something like that, around that, which for 3 minutes, that's a pretty good price. And with all those effects, this is a really good fountain, it looks like. So I'm excited about this. So I'm definitely gonna try and get a demo on this and everything else. So I'll put this back. And I think other than like the stuff in here, like I said, I'm gonna do separate videos for both of the assortments. But I think that wraps up the fountain section. I think we're gonna move on to the 200 gram cakes. All right, so this is the 200 gram cakes, and you go into a fireworks store, there's a lot of value to be had in the 200 gram cake section. Like, especially, you just want to find stuff with real breaks. Like some of these, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like Desert at Night, or a good example is like, there's a cake in here called Toot and Twirl. Basically, it just kind of like putters out the side, and they call it a break, but it's not like your traditional firework break that pops, it's loud. It just kind of goes whoosh, and like sparkles out the side. But if you can find like things with real breaks at a good price, you can get a lot of good value in the 200 gram cake section. So for instance, actually I'm not going to start with that. Well, actually I will. So for instance, like these two cakes we're going to start with. Cover Your Ears by World Class. This one has real breaks, and I think it's pretty rapid fire. And this was really good value. This is under 10 bucks. And yeah, like I said, there's good value behind. Here's the performance. So this, like I said, this is gonna tell you, this is gonna give you a lot of good value. Like you can get, well, probably like, maybe even like, depending on the price of the 500 gram cake, or even if you want to get like a bigger 200 gram cake, like a $25 one, you could probably get like 3 or 4 of these before you buy one of these, which honestly I might rather buy 4 of these before I buy like, you know, like a Neon Mirage or something, or like another 25-gram cake, you think of like Sonic Boom or something like that. So, like I said, there's a lot of, that's another thing you can do. I was saying I would get to it when I was talking about the novelties. If you're just trying to have fun, you can go in there and buy a couple of these. Like if you have a $50 budget, you can, and I'm gonna get to like these two other really good things to buy if you're on like a $50 budget and just trying to have $50 to $100 budget and just trying to have fun on one of these holidays where people like fireworks, you know. So like this one again, Battle, another 200-gram cake, 7 shots. This one also has real brakes, and yeah, it was relatively cheap. Like I said, if you're shopping on a budget, definitely look for stuff like this, because this is going to give you a lot of bang for your buck. And I said I would come back to this stuff. Saturn missile battery, 25 shots. If you don't know what this one does, this is really good fireworks. So, especially for the money, you can usually get this. You can get this for around $1 at most stores, and maybe even less. And it'll give you 25 shots. If you guys have ever done Whistling Moon Traveler rockets, where they whistle and give you a report, it's basically that, but rapid fire. So it's a really cool little cake right there. And like I said, that's barely gonna make a dent in your budget if you have like a $50 budget and you're just trying to have fun. So that's definitely a good pickup. And another good pickup, this one, Color Pro Flower. It's like a rapid fire Roman candle. So this has 96 shots in it too. There's performance. Like I said, it's like a rapid fire Roman candle. And this is another one. Most stores you can get this for under $5, and you're getting 96 shots out of that. That's a really good value too for your money. So like with my stash videos, I know it's about the stash, but I like to try and give you tips, you know, share my enthusiasm. So like those two and those two, those are really good values to get in fireworks stores. This one, Pufferfish by Top Gun. This is a really good cake. I like this a lot. This last year I picked this up too, and it's pretty cool. It's a 200-gram cake, but it gives you flying fish effects, which it's kind of hard to find in a 200-gram cake. And I think it's actually a decent amount of shots. I forget how many. It might be 10. No, 7 shots. Which, like, I mean, I was talking about real brakes, but this was a really good price on that one, and I'd still buy it if I was on a budget, because I like to have a good mix of effects. And even though it's not a real brake, it's still like the flying fish effect, which is a really cool effect. So I think I'm gonna move the top row back. And speaking of good values, this dinosaur like series, Mr. X, T-Rex, Spinosaurus, and I think there's one more cake, but I forget what it's called. They're 9 shots. They're usually around, you can get them for around $10 at most stores. These outperform most of the bigger 200-gram cakes, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. These are really good. So we have one, these have weight to them too. These are Mr. X by Pyro Diablo. These are all Pyro Diablo. 9 shots. There's a performance. I know it's on here. Should be on this thing, right? Oh well. Anyway, these, like, look at the bore size on that. I don't know if you can see. You can kind of see it right there. These are pretty big tubes on this, and for around $10, that's a really good deal. You can get, again, you can get like 3 of these, and that's like $30. That's only $5 more than a bigger 200-gram cake that'll cost you like $25. That's a deal right there. Because in my opinion, these things outperform a lot of those, because these are really good cakes. T-Rex. This was another 9-shot cake by Pyro Diablo, part of the series. Here's the performance. But yeah, this is These cakes are really good. I've actually been really impressed by this brand, Pyro Diablo. I think first time I got them was last year. I've been watching them on YouTube a lot, but first time I actually saw them in person, and I was really impressed. I think I had that one last year, and I can't remember if it was this one or the Spinosaurus one, but yeah, so I got the whole series of this because these are really good cakes. Also have a good mix of effects too. This one's called Spinosaurus. Another 9-shot. There's the performance. I must have missed it on Mr. X. I'll go back. But yeah, there you go. Like I said, you get a really good mix of effects with these cakes. And they're really good values. Can't go wrong with it. And I'm going to try and get the performance on Mr. X again. There it is. I don't know how I missed it. And it says huge breaks. These are, I'm going to be honest, these are pretty big breaks for 200 gram cakes. Like I said, they'll stack up with these bigger 200 grams. And here's another one. I like this series too. Pretty Little Dragon. I think when I go back, I'm going to get the rest of the series. The series is called Pretty Little Flyers. 7 shots by Bright Star Fireworks. These are really nice cakes. They have real breaks, and again, they stack up with some of the bigger cakes too. So that's what you want to look for when you go to these stores. Here's the performance. But yeah, I think the best one is man, I forget what it's called, but there's one with like this crackling comet tail that goes up with the break. So that's probably the best one of the series. I don't know why I keep putting these back on top. I gotta. Alright, and then the last of the 200 gram cake section is we got Neon Mirage Top Gun. This cake, I did it last year, is really good. I believe this is under $20 in most stores. And pretty big 200 gram cake. And last time I shot it, it was really good. I did not get a demo on it last year. Yeah, I'm gonna get a demo on it this year. And these are Pizza Paul brand cakes, which he has some good stuff, I'm not gonna lie. So, red, white, blue peony with white strobe. So the name is the performance basically. That sounds like a really good effect. I like strobe cakes. Anything with white, I don't know, I just feel like the things with strobe, it has better hang time and the breaks look bigger. So, yeah, that's why I picked this up, 16 shots. And another one from Pizza Paul. This one, it's assorted peonies, and what I noticed about this is 24 shots for like 20 bucks. Actually, it was less than 20 bucks. You know, that can't be bad for 24 shots. So another good 200 gram cake. And the last one I have here for part 1 of the stash, I'm gonna get more, I think, is Bombing Mission by Top Gun. This has weight to it. Like, it's gotta be like 5 pounds, but it says Power 200 gram, which I'm assuming that means, like, Neon Mirage doesn't say it, so Power 200 gram, I'm assuming that means it's 350 gram, because it feels really heavy. So, like, usually, like, a lot of the time, you rarely see it where it says 350 gram for a 350 gram cake, because you got 200 gram, 350 gram, and 500 gram, but rarely they'll put 500 gram on there. I mean 350 gram on there. So usually they put 500 gram on it, but sometimes they put 200 gram on it. And if you can find a 350 gram cake priced like a 200 gram, that is a good deal. So there's the performance. It's 10 shots. Like I said, this thing is heavy and it's got some pretty big tubes on it. And yeah, that's the 200 gram cake section. And I think we're gonna move on to the 500 gram cake section. All right, and last I have the 500 gram cakes. These are gonna traditionally they're gonna give you the most powerful breaks, or like the longest duration. Like, It really depends. The duration cakes usually have higher shot counts. So I think I just got a lot of big break cakes, which I'm a fan of big breaks over duration, but usually it's up to personal preference or what you want to do. Like if you're doing a show, you're gonna need some duration cakes. But yeah, I just got a lot of fireworks that I liked and I thought were good values. So where should we start? Guess we'll start over here with Feasting Fury by T-Sky. It's a 500 gram cake. I haven't shot this before, but I looked at the demo and it looked good. It's 12 shots. It's a good brand. Now this, like I was saying before, on the side it usually says usually puts like fake pictures of what the stuff inside does, but this is probably what it does. Yeah, it is what it does. I remember from the video now. There's the effects. Like I said, I like the strobe cakes because I feel like they, I don't know, I feel like the strobe makes it look bigger, especially if it has a good hang time. This cake here, the Mongolian by Pyro Demon, 12 shots, 500 gram. This is supposed to be a really good cake. Every time I get stuff from Pyro Demon, this is probably my favorite brand, Pyro Demon. I love their stuff. When I looked at it online, it has huge breaks and a good mix of effects. If I can find the performance, here it is. There you go. So yeah, this 12 shot cake, which is probably gonna be the best 200 gram cake I have. I couldn't find a demo. Well, I know this is gonna be a good cake too because it's Pizza Paul brand. That's another really good brand, and I've never heard of that brand either, and I couldn't find a demo on YouTube, so that's gonna be interesting. It could be really, really good, if you know what I mean. This is an 8-shot cake. I'm gonna pick it up. It's pretty big. America the Beautiful by Miracle. 8 shots, which usually, like, I don't know if you know abs, those are 9 shots, 9 on a board, which those are usually expensive, like really expensive. So if you can find like a 9-shot 500 gram cake, they might stack up well. It depends on, like, it kind of varies from cake to cake, but some of these like lower shot count 500 grams you can find, they'll stack up to the no abs pretty good. So like this one's supposed, like, I'm pretty sure that's what it does when I looked at the video, which that looks really good. So if the breaks are really as big as I saw in the video, this is kind of like a budget no ab, I guess. I guess they just sacrificed 1 shot to load up each shot with a little bit more power. So, you got Golden Crown with Red Plum. Another Pizza Paul cake. The performance is in the name, 16 shots. It's probably gonna be a really good cake. Never been disappointed with that brand so far. Always has quality stuff. Here's another one from Top Gun. Break the Rules, 500 grams, 16 shot. This one looked good on the video. It's got good mix of effects, big breaks. That's what I like to look for on my 500 gram cakes. Yeah, and that silver, see that spider effect there? That is a really cool effect. I had a 200 gram cake with it one time. I think it's called Creeping Things by Top Gun. That was a nice cake. And moving on, we have Fighting Chickens by God Bless America Fireworks by the Godfather, which I've never heard of that brand in my life, but I couldn't find anything about it online, so this could either be, like it says, 3 shots finale, which I'm thinking that might be really, really good. You know what I mean? This looks to be the real picture of what it's gonna do. So yeah, there's the performance. But yeah, I'm really intrigued about what this one's gonna do. So, Fighting Chickens. And then lastly, I have Glitter Days 16 shots by Top Gun. This is another good 500 gram cake. And actually, so it doesn't look like it. Like you can see, it's a box. It's a symmetrical box. But right there, face this side towards spectators. That means that it has an angle. So angle, I always like to get at least one angle cake, because you know, it kind of switches it up, makes your show a little more exciting, gives you more variety, which when I go into a fireworks store, that's what I like to look for. So Glitter Days, I saw the demo online, looked pretty good. Got them for a good price. 16 shots, 500 gram. And another thing I want to mention with these angle cakes, it says face this side towards spectators, but that's just saying that, like, they don't want you to put it this way, because then the fan effect is not going to work. You can put it this way if you want, or if you have to. It doesn't matter, because either way the fan still works, because it's fanned out this way, not this way. So just a heads up. So that's the 500 gram cakes. Got 7 of them this year. Alright, so that's part 1 of my 2022 4th of July fireworks stash. We got a lot of good stuff, and it should be a fun 4th this year. I'm going to try and get demos on most of this stuff, and I should be making an updated video. I think I'm going to go make one or two more stops to get a little more stuff. So it's probably not going to be as long as this video, but it's still going to be fun. So make sure you're subscribed with notifications on, so you can get notified when I post that video and when I post the unboxings of these 2 assortments right here. All right, see ya.